time travelers set out to save London from a nuclear attack and a blast from the past changes everything. Prepare to be amazed, amused, transported. The fire dragon circled high above, bellowing out more fire, thrashing sparks from its tail. I could hear the furnace crackling of its passage. I ducked into the open pavilion, which was nearly empty. On his bamboo mat on the raised dais, the huge ogre again sat in lotus position, holding the spiked club. "Hello," I called out. "Mr. Grips, there's a fire dragon overhead. Better get out before it destroys the whole ashram." The ogre raised his head. Despite the crisis going on throughout the quarter, he seemed utterly at peace, content with his role in the universe. His heavy-lidded eyes opened and closed with the deliberate slowness of an electric garage door. His voice rumbled out, "I am aware of all things. That is one of the benefits of achieving nirvana. I no longer need security cameras." I felt suddenly suspicious. "Do you have something to do with that fire dragon?" Griffith hung his huge head. "Yes, I am partly responsible. I must take care of this unsettling ripple in the stream of peaceful consciousness." He looked toward the roof of the pagoda and the many levels of the pavilion above. "Sometimes my followers don't even know their own strength once it's unlocked." "Your followers?" I asked. "One of your students is doing this?" "No, one of my graduates. Now, I must meditate." Grips closed his eyes again and raised the spiked club. He pounded the floor with a resounding thud. From the depths of his solar plexus emerged a low, rumbling, meditative sound. Boom! Boom! The vibrations did something strange to the air, and I felt dizzy. I backed away, worried that the fire dragon would incinerate the ashram at any moment. The unfazed ogre had fallen into a deep meditative state, and I could see there would be no convincing him. Since he was the size of a small automobile, I certainly wasn't going to move him against his will. When I dashed outside, I looked up to the pinnacle of the pagoda where the fire dragon hovered in the air. Elsewhere in the quarter, emergency crews had responded, and the water sprites worked with conventional fire suppression crews to extinguish the flames as fast as possible. But unless it was stopped, the restless elemental creature could keep spreading fire wherever it went. But as I stared up at the dragon, another figure rippled in the air. A huge, intimidating form rose up through the pavilion's open windows and balconies until it coalesced in the sky to become a misty but terrifying manifestation of Guru Grips. The huge ogre had created an astral projection of himself and now hovered in the open air to face off against the dragon. Planning ahead, Grips also carried an astrally projected spiked club. It was just like a scene from one of those Godzilla vs. Monster of the Week movies, and I prepared myself for a smackdown. The fire dragon flapped its enormous wings, scattering sparks and little flames. The spectral ogre loomed closer, reached out a muscular arm. I cringed, looking for cover, and the shimmering guru patted the fire dragon on its flaming head. "Astral Grips, mumbled a soothing meditative sound, and the elemental dragon circled closer, thrashing like a dog wagging its tail. The ogre stroked down the dragon's spine. There, there, boomed Grip's voice. Focus. Find your center. You have unlocked your inner strength. Now you must control it. The fire dragon flapped its wings and rolled in the air, so the astral ogre could scratch its scaly belly. More sparks flew. The flickering dragon rumbled and purred, then pulled away, drifting higher. It flapped giant incandescent wings and rose into the air, where it spread out, faded, then dissipated into mere curls of smoke. The astrally projected ogre nodded in satisfaction, grumbling, and then he too dissipated into nothingness. I bolted back into the ashram to find Grip stirring on his bamboo mat. Standing up with a groan and a grumble, he placed a hand against the small of his back as if he had pulled a muscle. All taken care of for now, said the Guru Ogre. Sometimes they get excited once they reach enlightenment, but with great power comes great responsibility. Grip scratched his shaggy beard and belched. I need to have my students start meditating over comic books. What are you talking about? Who was it? But I already knew. It's so, isn't it? The big ogre nodded. Yes, poor boy. Terrible home life. He needed self-esteem and self-protection. Here at the Wham Bam Ashram, I teach my students to find the strength within. Cell discovered and released his inner salamander. Fire in the hole indeed.